Hello, Nick Sammut from Rushmoor Painting and Decorating, bringing you a product review on behalf of Trade Decorator TV. The product we're looking at today is the Trimaco QM5000 Hand Masker Pro Starter Kit. And I'm going to give you a run through of things I like about this and a few things I feel can be improved. I'm going to be telling you what a masker is if you're not familiar with what they are already, and giving you an overview of what they're really good for. But before we get stuck into the review, please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, like and comment. Anything you can do to help boost our content would be greatly appreciated, as that way decorators like yourselves can see our content sooner. So what is a hand masker if you don't already know? A hand masker is a tool used to mask up and cover large expanses or even small expanses of area, like surface, like windowsills, doors, door frames, skirting boards, walls, ceilings, cabinets, anything you want. If you need to protect it from overspray when spraying, or even just roller splatter or paint splatter when hand painting, this is something you should be thinking about using, just purely on a time-saving scale and ease of use scale as well. What you get in the kit is a hand masker, a film, a roll of masking tape. I think I've used a masking tape in here, so it's not actually in here, and then a blade. And that's everything you need to get started when using a hand masker. Rolls of film are available in multiple sizes, I think from around the 1.1 metre drop mark to 2.5 metre drop. Don't hold me to those numbers, they're just guesstimates. But you have a variety of films available for different needs. And also you can use 12 or 6-inch masking paper as well. Masking paper would be more suited to masking up a windowsill, the actual glass of a window if you're spraying the frames and stuff, or skirting boards or something like that. And also films would be great for covering entire door frames, ceiling to floor on walls when you're spraying the ceiling or something like that, or masking up kitchen cabinets. I've had my hand masker now for 4 years, and the first thing I really like about it is just it's lightweight, super lightweight. When you're doing a lot of masking up, especially when spraying and whatnot, if you're doing cabinets or whatever, you're doing a lot of overhead work and you need it to be lightweight. And even with a big roll of film and masking tape, it's something that isn't overly heavy. It's easy to use, it's lightweight, and you don't get any fatigue really at all when you're using it, even for a long time. So yeah, it's lightweight. The second thing I really like about it is just the grip. It's just really comfortable, nice and squidgy, soft on the hands, not too harsh. And the third thing I really like about it is the blade. This blade was the blade that I got, which essentially comes in the kit when you get it 4 years ago, and the blade is still razor sharp, and it's done loads of cuts on both paper and film, and it's showing no signs of letting up. And I'm going to show you a little clip now of it in use, this one, not the one in the box, just so you get an idea as to how well this blade still cuts after 4 years, but also setting up and just generally showing you the use of the hand masker. So take a look at the little video now. going to give you a little demonstration on assembling the Trimaco QM5000 hand masker. So the two things you're going to need are masking tape and film or paper, depending on what you're doing. Right, assembly of the QM5000 hand masker. So here we have a running wheel for the masking tape, and one thing I'd advise doing is just check how tight this screw is in here before sort of setting it up. Make sure it sort of spins freely, but not so freely that it's actually wobbling around and loose, and simply slot the masking tape on like so. The next step is to lift up this tab here so it's all the way back, and get your masking film or paper and slot it onto the hand masker like so. It should be a nice snug fit. And then what you want to do is find the end of your masking tape, run it through this section here. There's like a little tubular section that pops out the side of the the masker. You want to run your tape under that, up under the tab that you've lifted out of the way as well, and then without actually sticking it onto the masking film too soon, you want to have about the same amount of excess of masking tape as you do film, like so. Push the tab down and you're all set. When you're putting it all together, sometimes you need to adjust the blade, because you might be using 1-inch tape or 1/2-inch tape or 2-inch tape or whatever. So on the blade here you have numbers and holes to put the masking the blade to the correct size. Fortunately, the one I'm using is the right size for the masking tape. It's in the right position, but should you need to change it, always have this blade cover on. Anytime you're not using the masker, basically always have this blade cover on, because you might think it's it's only a piece of plastic, but the amount of times I've caught my fingers on these and they've bled because of it. You could damage the surface, you could damage something with it, so always have the blade cover on, because it can cause a lot of trouble if you're not careful with it. But yeah, so we're all set up, ready to go. And then when you get to the end of your run, you just want to make sure you've got a little bit more than you need, really. It's better to be able to cut a little bit off than to not have enough and then have to add some more on. And I'm actually just going to wrap this around the corner a little bit. We've got an overhang here of the unit, but I'm going to wrap it around anyway to protect it. So the application is very simple, as you can see. Very, very easy and quick. You can imagine doing this on a bigger environment, like an inside bathroom, or covering up all of the units in a kitchen. It would take a matter of minutes to whip round and drop the polythene down. So what you want to do is just slowly find the end that's going to drop down and carefully put it down in position. Don't force it, just sort of let it do its thing. On the corners, because you're wrapping around the corner, it can be quite tight sometimes, so you just want to be careful not to pull it down like so. And because this has got like a statically charged kind of feel to it, you don't actually need to tack it down if you don't want to. Like you can see, it's clinging to the surface really well here. And I don't need to do anything to that now. So now I can sand down the worktop, I can oil the worktop. I don't have to worry about any particles of dust getting into the units or any oil dripping onto the unit fronts and damaging them. So it's as simple as that. It makes life so much easier. So as you can see from the little clip there, it's a great little tool for using on areas like that, whether that be kitchen cabinets or windows, etc. And also seeing the fact that it's easy to set up as well. One thing I feel I haven't mentioned yet and is important to this hand masker tool is the fact that it saves so much time, and traditionally we would have always gone around with bits of tape tabbing up polythene or paper and stuff like that, and you wouldn't never have enough hands free to do it. Having something like this saves so much time, and there is an initial investment, which is obviously buying the starter kit itself, and I think it's around the £40 mark. We'll get the RRP up on the screen for you now, as I don't know it off the top of my head. So you do obviously have to buy it first, but the time it saves over the years doesn't even compare, and the fact that they last so long, this is already 4 years old and it's probably got another 4 years plus if you look after it, is, yeah, as I said, no comparison. So time saver is a massive factor. But that aside, there are a few things that I feel could be improved about this machine. Is it even a machine? Would you call it a machine? Tool, I keep saying machine. The fact that there's a few things about this tool that could be improved though, and that is, one, a ladder hook. I think a ladder hook's important. It's, it's pretty self-explanatory. At the moment you kind of have to jam it in and secure it in weird ways. Having hands free when working on a ladder is important, and having a ladder hook on this would be a massive improvement. The second thing, and this isn't so essential but it would be really handy, and giving people the option would be good, to incorporate some sort of tape spool on the front here. So the tape spool here is obviously the bit that releases the tape. Having another one here just for a second masking tape to rip off and tab down bits as you're going along would be great, as opposed to have to keep switching around and whatnot with this and masking tapes. So yeah, a couple of things I feel could be improved, but they're not. The spool isn't so essential. It's more of a preference, but the ladder hook would be a great addition. Overall, out of 10, I'm going to give a solid 9. It's not perfect, there are a few improvements, but it's a solid investment for any painter and decorator, and if you haven't got one already, I definitely recommend going out and getting one. Thanks for watching the review. I hope you liked it. As I said at the beginning, please like, comment, subscribe, anything you can do to help boost our content. Also hit the notification bell, don't forget that. Would be greatly appreciated. Trade Decorator's social media platforms will be on the screen now for you to view, and if you want to go and check them out, then do so. And also myself, Rushmoor Painting and Decorating, all of my social media platforms will be on the screen now for you as well. Please feel free to check them out as well. And thanks for watching. See you next time.